Welcome back, everyone. It's here. And today I've got some r/BestOf for you all. As per usual, I'll be reading you the posts, giving you my opinions, and I hope you do the same down in the comments below. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. This post was collected by Direct Caterpillar 77, and their tagline is, "Satan is not a pogo stick." The original OP is Jane Oh My, posted to r/relationship advice, August 7th, 2022. I, 29 female, think my significant other, 30 male, is poisoning me. But I'm not sure, and I don't know what to do. Background: I am a generally fit, active, and healthy 29 female who gets sick only maybe once a year, and lasts at most 2 days before I'm back on my feet. I've been with my significant other, 30 male, for over a year now, and we haven't had any major fights at all. However, starting 5 months ago or so, my significant other has been sending me food that either he or his family has prepared, and also various supplements, which I take from time to time. And call me crazy, but I've noticed my health start to decline. I'm less able to work out, and I've gotten sick frequently. Note that I've been cooking and getting my own food all this time. I don't eat deliveries or whatnot, and have not fallen sick at all. Also note that he and his fam can cook. This isn't one of those amateurish cooking food poisoning kind of things. My significant other has access to both hospital supplies and agricultural supplies. His fam has versatile professions. I've taken a stool test one time I got sick, but that came back normal, so I thought that I might just be overthinking it. I have absolutely no way of knowing for sure. Nonetheless, I've gotten sick again, and I ordered some delivery. The next day, I felt much better. However, my significant other brought over some more food the next day, which I ate, and lo and behold, I got a bit sicker the next day. As for the motive, I do not know at all. I'm not parasitic, and I shower them with gifts regularly to acknowledge and reciprocate their goodwill. I'm keeping them from finding out my suspicions, but yeah. How should I proceed? Too long didn't read. I think I'm being poisoned by my significant other, as I've started feeling progressively sicker ever since he started bringing me food and supplements. Edit: no, I do not have food intolerances of food allergies. The food he brings are standard dishes I have eaten from other sources in the past. Relevant comments: usernames are hard 59. The next day you're feeling sick, go to an ER and explain the situation. Maybe they'll do extra tests so you can figure out what's going on. If they're poisoning you or not, this is a change that should be figured out. OP responds: but it doesn't cause me to be really sick, just kind of nauseating inconvenience and weakness, not really ER worthy. Carnivore comments: urgent care then, but whatever this is, poisoning, an allergy, or something else, it is consistent and involves your health, and you need to figure out what is going on. User Mberg16 comments: I would stop eating the food they give you, period. Go to your primary care provider and explain the situation and ask them to test you. Update: November 19th, 2022, 3 months later. Original context: in the past, I asked what I can do with the relationship if I had a nagging sense that either my significant other or his family was poisoning me. The reason for this nagging sense was that I consistently experienced 2 episodes of food poisoning symptoms that progressed 100% exactly the same way: chills, headaches, and becoming bedridden, all 3 to 4 days after consuming the food. Some Redditors said that maybe I need to get help, to see a psychologist or a psychiatrist, or to get therapy. That it was all in my mind. I am well familiar with Reddit's, or the internet overall, misogyny, but I gave everything the benefit of the doubt. My personality just makes me this way. Some Redditors even commented that this must be fake or that I must be trolling. My post was then locked down and I couldn't reply anymore. More helpful Redditors told me to simply not eat the food prepared for me. Sure, except it does nothing for the relationship aspect. Update: after several months, my ex finally admitted to it. The way I found out was when I confronted my ex outright. Although he tried deflecting and gaslighting at the start, I firmly kept pressing and he finally admitted to it. It turns out that his mother had been lacing the food with some chemical compound from their farm. From the original post, his mother one day started packing food for me, and I started getting sick. At first, I thought it was COVID. However, when I went to see the doctor, he said outright that what I had was not COVID. Furthermore, tests concluded I, in fact, did not have COVID. Then I got sick again. and the progression of the sickness went exactly the same way. Exactly the same. The symptoms and the duration. By this time, I definitely felt something was up. After days of just throwing the food prepared for me and not getting sick ever again, when my ex came over, I finally confronted him. As usual, he tried to weasel his way out. But I put my foot down. He admitted that his mother did not like me, that she thought I was taking him away from her. The conversation went something like this. Me. What? Take you away from her? What the fuck does that even mean? I don't know. But her conclusion is to poison me. My ex just turned and looked away and stopped making eye contact. I felt a nagging sense that something wasn't right and didn't make much sense. Me. So why didn't you say anything all this time? I told her to stop. And how do we know she stopped? At this point, he was shocked. His shock shocked me. Something was definitely wrong. I stopped eating the food you guys have been preparing for me and just threw them out instead. I haven't had any problems since. He didn't say anything. But why? Why all of this? You knew! Actually, at this point, I just wanted everything to be done with, but I knew I had to keep pressing to get the answers I wanted to find closure. After a while, he finally admitted. He was the one who wanted it. He wanted a way out of the relationship. He had started casually conversing with another woman and said that he maybe wanted to be with her. His conclusion was to have his mom prepare food and lace them with chemicals from the farm. What the fuck was I hearing? Me. So why need to poison me? Why not just tell me? He thought that if I was sick long enough, he would find an excuse to say the relationship wasn't working. Like, what the actual fuck? At this point, it went without saying that I was beyond just upset. This was a fucking crime being admitted to. He also said he never thought I would be that sick, but that I would just be lethargic and felt overwhelmed. He expected me to break up with him too. Well, that I did anyway, motherfucker. He pleaded with me not to call the cops on him or his mother. I said I'll think about it and made him leave my place. The audacity of this fucker! I have since broken up with him and moved on with my life. Fuck that asshole. Too long didn't read, had nagging sense something was wrong, was proven right by not avoiding but rather confronting the person in question. Relevant comments. PM me teeth and tits. He'll do this to someone else if you don't call the cops on him. OP responds, I do have plans, but I honestly don't really want to deal with any more of this shit. Vegetable B 7545. Don't wait too long. I know you're trying to heal, but you need to go to the cops like yesterday. They need to be able to collect evidence like yesterday. Foreign Spirit 2644. Oh hell no, call the cops. This is so criminal. Prudent Anteater 205 comments, I came here to say this. In my small town, a teenage girl would make curried egg sandwiches for her parents for lunch who would get violently ill afterwards. She eventually did it to one of their workers as well, who went to the hospital extremely unwell. Turns out she was lacing their sandwiches with Roundup to poison her parents over an argument they had. The police were called, against her parents' wishes, and she was charged. Imagine being such a weaselly little coward that rather than just ending the relationship, you opt for actually just fucking poisoning someone. Like, you would actually rather just cause bodily harm to your girlfriend of 1 year rather than just have a difficult conversation. Like, that's pretty fucking pathetic. This actually reminds me, roughly about 10 years ago, there was a story going around of a guy who was starting to get violently ill. And he eventually started putting up cameras around the house because he started suspecting his wife because of how she was acting, and found out that she was taking bleach and pouring it into his morning coffee every morning. Like, there's already so many, implications, like emotional incest between the mother and son, and additionally the fact that he went along with her little scheme because he found another girl. So it's, well, may as well utilize my mother's willingness to take the fall and poison my current girlfriend, so that way I don't have any guilt about ending the relationship. Like, what a fucking cowardice thing to do. This post was collected by Direct Caterpillar 77, and their tagline is, of course, Satan is not a pogo stick. The original OP is Throw Reins to Bro 1. Posted to r/relationship advice September 30th, 2024. My 32 female, boyfriend 36 male, deleted my dead brother from my Instagram friends, and he doesn't seem to understand or care that I'm upset. 6 years ago, my twin brother Sam died in a horrible accident on the freeway. It was one of the biggest accidents in our state. My only comfort is that he died immediately. The police said he most likely had no idea anything was happening around him. Anyway, before he died, Sam was a huge social media user, mostly on Instagram and Snapchat. I never followed him on Snapchat, but I followed him on Instagram. He made thousands of posts about his life, friends, family, music, and he was an amazing singer. After he died, I would go to his account and just scan through his account. I mostly watched a few videos he made where he does a dialogue for ESL speakers. He taught English to ESL students for extra money. I'd often pretend that he was speaking to me. I know it's not healthy to listen to my dead brother's voice every day, but it just became a habit. A few weeks ago, my boyfriend had been urging me to break free from this. He told me that I need to move on. I did start. I would only watch one video, or even not use my phone until right before I went to bed. Last night, I went to check my brother's account, and I saw that it was gone. I was upset. I texted my sister, and she said that she could still see his account. My boyfriend told me that he blocked my brother on my account. I was annoyed, but simply thought I could just go back to following him. But my brother's account was private, and our family couldn't access his account years ago. The reasons why he blocked him was because he thought I was in love with my brother, and even accused me of being once intimate with him. My brother. I wanted to vomit. He's my twin. We spend every single day together. Even when we grew up, we went to the same university. At the time of my brother's accident, we were roommates. I loved my brother, but not in a sick way. My boyfriend never met my brother. He and I only started dating 2 years ago. But after this, I don't know if I can/should continue this relationship. My boyfriend keeps saying that I should move on, that what he did wasn't a big deal. But it was to me. Our mutual friends agree that I should just forgive and forget, but I feel like I'm grieving again. See, like the conversation yesterday, the key word there, mutual friends. You already know where they stand. They would rather you just simply forgive and forget, so that way they don't have to deal with the drama of choosing sides that the relationship does actually end. Relevant comments. 410 writer. Your boyfriend just decided for you that blocking your late brother's account was the magical solution to your grief. That's not how it works. Grief isn't a switch you can just flip, especially when it's someone as close as your twin. You finding comfort in watching those videos is totally normal, and nobody gets to take that away from you. But then, he takes it even further, accusing you of being in love with your brother? Dude, like, what? That's not just out of line, that's a whole different zip code of messed up. Grief is one thing, but him jumping to those accusations? Yeah, no. Look, you've been taking steps at your own pace, and that's how it should be. He doesn't get to decide how you handle your loss. Honestly, it's not about forgive and forget, it's about respect, and he clearly bulldozed that boundary. You're feeling like you're grieving again because, in a way, you are. He took away your way of connecting with your brother. I'll say your friend saying, just let it go, that's a hard pass. You deserve better than someone who not only doesn't get your grief, but makes it worse. OP responds, he told me he was just joking when he said that. It was not funny. This happened yesterday, and I'm still very upset, and I don't see myself ever forgiving him. He tried tickling me this morning to make me laugh. I'm just so hurt. Yeah, dude, because tickling your girlfriend when she's mad at you is definitely going to fix what's going on. User Dekian comments, yeah, if someone did that to me, they'd be kicking rocks all the way home. Never let someone control your phone, social media, or anything else personal like that. They have no need, no matter what excuse they give. Your boyfriend is a fucking control tool who needs binned with other useless tools. OP responds, he did it when I was in the shower. He knows my passcode because there's an app on my phone to open the door to our apartment. He has never gone through my phone before. I didn't think twice about leaving it with him. User Beautiful Mistake 99 comments, Jesus! Get out! OP responds, I have to. I honestly don't see myself forgiving him. My sister is allowing me to use her account so the pictures aren't gone, but still, why would he do this? User Sunkissbutter responds to OP, okay, but also, your boyfriend is jealous of your dead brother. I'm sorry to put it so crudely, it is time to wake up. User No Commission 9079 comments, absolutely heartbreaking to read. Is there a way for you to get access back to the account? You can grieve and remember and cherish your brother at your own rate. You do not need his permission or help. Thank you very much. Please dump this sack of shit. I'm not a fan of Redditors always going to this conclusion, but this is outrageous, and your friends are losers. Get a new group of friends and a new boyfriend, or spend some time alone living your life the way you want, which I'm sure your brother would have loved for you. He has shown you who he is. Don't doubt it. Also, as like an additional note, what is he gonna tell the friends for why the breakup happened? Yeah, I blocked her dead brother on Instagram and she broke up with me over that. Like, buddy, that doesn't sound like you did a good thing there. It sounds like you're a fucking freak, dog. The only reason why they're staying neutral is because they don't want to have to pick friends after the breakup happens. Like cowards. Hobie responds, as of today, I haven't figured it out. He never set up a legacy thing. We tried to get access a few years ago, but Insta didn't help much. My sister told me that I can use her account. She's not a big Instagram user, so she said I could log in whenever I wanted. Also, my brother and I used to use Instagram to chat. For years! I hope that if we can figure out a way to log in, I can still keep those messages. User Neon Tulips responds to OP. Screen record the videos you like best and keep them in a photos folder somewhere else, so just in case anything like this happens, or if his account gets deleted eventually, you'll still have them forever. OP made a small update in the comments. Okay, so as of today, he's out of my place. I told him I needed time to think. I removed his access into the complex and my apartment. I've calmed down, but I'm not going to forgive him. Not with this. Educational Rock 2549 comments, he'll come back and try to act sweet. Don't forgive this bag of shit. He doesn't have feelings for anyone but himself. OP responds, he's already tried. He sent me a message through a friend that he's going to give me a few days to calm down, and that I'm being ridiculous. Update, October 3rd, 2024, 3 days later, on the same post. Update, I kicked him out. I gave it a few days for me to calm down, but this was just a breach in trust. He still thinks I'm overreacting, and I've also cut ties with our mutual friends. They were mostly his friends. This incident made me realize I needed to spend more time with my family. I've been chatting more with my sister. After Sam's death, I was a bit cold towards her, but she has helped me a lot since these past couple of days. Also, thanks to some amazing people on here, we were able to get into Sam's account. I am now the owner of it. Thank you all. And lastly, Sam, I miss you every single day. This feels like the equivalent of playing a choose-your-own-adventure book, or game, or something, and choosing all the wrong possible options just to get the achievement for the bad ending. I'm also starting to feel like the people that just say, oh, you're making a big deal out of nothing, or try to downplay their behavior and their mistakes as being not a huge deal, are doing that more for themselves than they are actually the people they harmed. Lying to themselves, they feel less like they've actually harmed their partner in the process of their actions. The thing is it's pretty clear there was some kind of backdoor to get into Sam's account. And if the boyfriend did fuck up by blocking the brother and want to take it back, the path that he should have taken in order to save the relationship was not turning around and accusing his girlfriend of having an incestuous relationship with her brother, but instead doing everything in his power to get that account back. Because then in the process, he fucked up, but at least he's able to make up for it and potentially salvage the relationship. Potentially. Very heavy on the potentially, because Buddy still accessed her phone and her Instagram without permission, doing so extremely sneakily, and then decided to then block her dead brother as a way to force her to move on because of his own internalized jealousy of her dead brother. Like, damn, Buddy. You didn't just drop the ball, you spiked that thing as hard as you possibly could into the concrete. This post was collected by Choice Evidence 1983, and their tagline is, "It dawned on me that he was a wizard." The original OP's Zealous Ideal Ear 7529 posted r/am I the asshole September 17th, 2025. Am I the asshole for filing a police report on a good friend who was caught on video stealing my boyfriend's camera at a dinner? She has refused to help me either replace it in full or contribute to the cost of replacing it. More context. We were out to dinner one night at an expensive hotel. My boyfriend let me borrow his Canon G7X 1800 camera to bring to take pictures with my friends. At the conclusion of the dinner, I went up to the room and realized the camera was gone. I went back right down to the table and no one had seen it. I immediately got with hotel security, and she's on video, clear as day, swiping the camera when my back was turned and shoving it in her purse. I covered for her, initially with my friend, and contacted her to find a resolution. She had taken the camera with her and my other friends to a club after dinner, which I did not attend, and lost it there. For background, this is my good college friend who I know well, the camera thief. She has been taken on free trips to Coachella and St. Barth's on my dime, not kidding, as well as many other things. We have done a lot together and are good friends, so I expected her to feel sorry. Initially, she lied, saying she did not have it. When I told her we had video, she confessed and then said yes. She took it, but lost it at the next bar she went to with my other friends. It is now gone. I asked her to help me replace it by going in on me with the cost. She has refused all measures or resolutions, and now I feel I have nothing left to do but file a police report and let them handle it. It is impacting my relationship, and I am furious my friend is not helping at all. Why should I be on the hook for something she stole? I have given her 3 weeks to help me resolve this, but she insists she is going to do nothing. I am being pressed by my boyfriend to either replace the camera or help him file a police report with her info in the footage. I even asked her just to throw in half or less than half of the cost to help, but she still refuses. I do not want her to get in trouble, but I am at the point where I feel she really does not care. Verdict: the asshole. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. You're the asshole. Is there a reason you're choosing your thieving friend over your boyfriend? She's made it clear she's not your friend, and that she's not going to make this right. The police report should have been filed the moment she said she wasn't going to pay for it. If I were your boyfriend, I would be reconsidering the relationship with you over this. You're really dragging your feet on making this right. Get the report made and replace his camera. OP responds, this is how I'm starting to feel. You're right, and thank you for the honest words. I just hate to get anyone in trouble. I think I may be the asshole because if I wanted to, I could have paid out of pocket and resolved it for everyone. Commenter 2. You're the asshole. Not even sure why you're asking. I have rarely seen a post with more asshole-ish behavior on here. You're an asshole to your boyfriend. Kind guy trusted you with something valuable, and you're not even giving him all information you have after it got swiped. You brought your asshole friend to this dinner. You're an asshole for not filing a report. You're an asshole to yourself for not holding this fucking friend accountable. What the hell do you mean? Throwing in half. Get your head out of your ass and go file a report. Make sure your boyfriend is made whole and be utterly embarrassed with your own behavior here and do better next time. OP responds, I know, I just don't want to get her in trouble. I feel I could have paid for it myself and resolved for everyone. She's also in our friend group we've had forever, and it will cause ripples. Commenter 3, I'd break up with you over this, to be honest. Not wanting to cause ripples, you're causing them in your relationship. Hopefully he leaves you after you keep showing you aren't on his side. OP responds, I'm a good boyfriend to him. We love each other. It is just a weakness in my character that I give people the benefit of the doubt. Clearly something I need to work on. I just really try to give people the benefit of the doubt, especially those I'm close with. OP clarifies on the location of the security cameras after realizing his boyfriend's camera was missing once OP went up to his room. OP, wrong. I went up to my room where my boyfriend was. He asked where his camera was. I went right down to the salon where we were eating, and it was gone, and no staff had seen it after clearing our table. This is what prompted me to have security check the cameras, which they had in the dining room. Commenter 4. Genuine question. Are you a particularly insecure person? Don't mean that as an insult. Asking because that's the only way I could see someone trying to make amends with this friend. She's not your friend. She's using and taking advantage of you. And it sounds like she's been doing so for a long time. There are better people out there. You need to start respecting and treating yourself better. Otherwise, your willingness to go out on a limb for the wrong people will jeopardize your relationships with the right people. I'm sure you can see how this can quickly turn into a self-destructive cycle. Report her to the police and cut her out of your life. And if you aren't already, I talked to a therapist to better understand why you feel so compelled to protect this relationship. Soft, you're the asshole to yourself and your boyfriend. This might actually be the first you're the asshole to yourself that I actually understand and agree with. Crazy what a little empathy can do. OP responds, I agree with you, and this is an issue I do have. You are right here. I'm a people pleaser at my own expense. Additional information from OP after reading comments. OP, I feel guilty because I gave her time to fix it, and she made me look like an idiot. I also feel guilty because I know if I could swing it right now, I would have replaced it myself. I just cannot at this moment buy a 2K camera. Editor's note, all of the updates were made in the comments, but also edited into the original post. Update 1, September 17th, 2025. Same day, 1 hour later. Update, I sent her a text this AM telling her if I do not receive the full cost of the camera or shipping confirmation of a new camera from an approved vendor to a provided address by the end of day Friday, we will be filing a report with the police Saturday AM. I feel like an asshole typing this out to her, but I have to do it. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. Why would you even borrow this camera to begin with? A G7X is a glorified point-and-shoot camera at the cost of $1,800. Why wouldn't you just use your cell phone? I know this isn't the point, but you borrowed something expensive and then lost it around people you can't trust, and it wasn't something you even needed to use. OP responds, yes, you are right. In my defense, I borrowed it from the hotel room we were in to meet them at the hotel restaurant. I never intended to leave the property with it. Boyfriend stayed in the room upstairs when I went to meet friends, thinking was going to take a few pics on it and bring it back upstairs when done. Commenter 2. Wow, your update makes you even more of an asshole. Just go to the police station and file a report. You are going to keep giving her line to hang you with. Don't be surprised when your boyfriend dumps you after he's made whole for the cost of the camera. OP responds, I did that because I had a feeling it would be resolved if I made it clear action would be taken, one way or another. Commenter 3. My take is that the friend stole the camera because she wanted it, not just to take a few extra pics after OP went home, as she claimed. She didn't lose it, as she first claimed. In my opinion, she still has it, even after all the drama that's already happened. Police is what the girl deserves and need. OP responds, this is starting to feel what it is. I do not know if you are familiar, but this camera, even at full price, is out of stock. Girls covet it because it is known as the best Instagram camera. I think she took it and hoped I would replace it. Comments stating that OP should be making this up to his boyfriend. Bought him some Golden Goose shoes, dinner, and some clothes. I feel awful. I'm glad this happened, but I'm done being used by my friends. Update 2, September 17th, 2025. The same day, 3 hours from the last update. Update X2. She told me she's sick of me and that I will be receiving a tracking number by 12 Eastern on Friday and not to blame her if the package is never received. I told her if she was my real friend, she would be sorry and in no way will I allow this to be flipped on me. Should I ask if the camera is new or the one that disappeared? Update 3, September 18th, 2025, the next day. Update X3. She sent me a tracking number via FedEx. It says it's a waiting package. I have asked her repeatedly if she is sending me the original camera, assuming it magically turned up, or a new one. She refuses to answer and only tells me to stop bothering her. Update 4, September 18th, 2025, same day, 10 hours later. Update X4. I am more and more convinced that my friend, the camera thief, took the camera, hoping that I would just replace it for my boyfriend, gifting her a free camera. For background, this friend is heavily involved on Instagram and loves taking pictures. The Canon G7 is coveted by women because it is known as the Instagram camera. Even if you wanted to buy it at full price, they are out of stock everywhere. Let's hope it gets returned with this tracking. FedEx still says awaiting package, even though the shipping info was sent to them at 7 p.m. yesterday. Update 5, September 23rd, 2025, 5 days later. The original camera was returned via FedEx the other day, has been given back to the boyfriend. However, the camera thief blocked me on all socials after this. Appeared she was trying to keep the camera for herself and expected me to just buy a new one for the boyfriend. Yeah, OP's quote-unquote friend here was 100% just using them for the free rides they were being given. And when they realized that their free rides were over because they bit too close to the sun, they blocked them and decided to cut things off. Gotta love the logic of, stop bothering me about returning the item that I stole from you. Like, hun, you did this to yourself. I am glad that OP was able to grow a backbone and stand up to the friend that was clearly using them. That can be a difficult situation if you've been pretty much raised to be a doormat, but it sounds like OP is at least beginning the process of no longer being that way. I'd say that kind of puts them into the category of being a redeemed asshole. I mean, they still definitely made some missteps and gave leeway to someone who definitely made a massive mistake and put their relationship with their boyfriend at risk, especially over a belonging that wasn't theirs in well over $1,000. But in the end, they did make the right choice. And hopefully the pattern of them being willing to stand up for themselves does continue with this here. Don't forget, this is brought to you by GamerSupps. Use code ODDS at checkout. It's basically a caffeine powder that you put in your water, and I actually really like it. I use this on a daily basis. Don't forget that every purchase you make using code ODDS directly supports the channel. And if you want a personal recommendation from me, I would either recommend the Soda Pressing Pear or Dragon Fruit Punch. Those two are currently my favorite flavors. And as a note, once we sell a certain amount of stuff, I get my own flavor and my own cup, and you all know I'm gonna choose some degenerate shit that's gonna make their PR team squirm. My goal is to make them regret partnering with me. So please, use code ODDS at checkout to make my dream come true of making a PR team squirm.